Training in the weekend is so much better because the gym is not really busy, so I'm not in the way of people. And this time it was a Sunday evening, so I was able to record my entire session. This is why I sped it up, mostly because I don't want it to take too long. I was doing mainly 2 to 3 supersets, and that took care of the entire body. So I started off warming up for a sled push, and in the meantime I was warming up also for handstands. In here I am showing the main sets that I did. So I did 3 sets of sled pushes with an extra 100 kilos on top, and each set I was trying to push as hard as I could. This is what simulates as best as possible a sprint in an indoor environment such as the gym. I kind of consider this as a form of a resisted sprint, even though it's not exactly as if the weight was behind me. But looking at the handstands, they were feeling all right. The first one maybe was not really following a good line. I was kind of arching my low back, cheating it a bit, not really finding the right position, but the other two felt pretty good. And then I went into some Nordic curls. I was not supersetting anything on top of these, and I was kind of taking it easier than the previous time. I was stepping back a bit. I did 3 sets of 3, and trying to go for an extra 2 eccentrics at the end of each concentric phase. The second set here was probably the least pleasing one for me. I noticed that there is a bit of a conundrum that I'm in here, because as I am trying not to overextend my knees as I go down by keeping my hips fully extended, I also need to compromise on a bit of a bend in the hip, and at the same time the next part of the body up, which is the low back, tends to overextend to make sure that the body is in a position to pull the torso up. So if I was able to do them on the floor like I've seen many people do, this would probably be ideal. I don't know if I am able to come up with a setup that is not too cumbersome and does not take too much time to put up and down and doesn't get in the way of people. But what I can say about the Nordic curls were that they were feeling fine. I did not feel any discomfort in the back of the knee, and also one of the reasons why I did not want to push it too hard. Still 3 sets of 3 concentric reps, even though one of these reps was not the prettiest, I still consider a solid effort. And after that, I went into the upper body part of the session, and in here I was ramping up to triples on loaded chin-ups. Wanted to go as high as the previous time when I did a triple with 28 kilos, just to see if that felt good. Then I might be going up on the next time that I do this. So as I was progressing through the ramp up on loaded chin-ups, I was also doing some work for the shoulder, and that was in the form of the usual internal and external wall twist for the rotator cuff, trying to pump as much blood as I could in that shoulder. Don't want to experience any pain, especially because I was also getting in some work for the behind the neck press. And in here, I believe this is 24 kilos. So this is again another situation like the previous time when the set leading to the top set felt kind of heavy and threw a bit of a doubt in my mind that I was going to be doing well on the max effort. But in here, this is 28 kilos. So this is the second rep, and on the third one I paused for a few seconds and then I pulled myself back up. At that point up there at the top, I was kind of grinning because I did not really expect to pull this off, but I did, and I decided to go for an extra set at the very end, just a back of set with about 70% of the max weight that I just pulled. So I waited a few minutes and I put an extra 20 kilos on, which was part of the ramp up, and I went for 5 reps. This 5th one here felt tougher than the third one on 28 kilos. At the beginning it felt lighter, but going just an extra 2 reps on top of 3 with the loaded chin-ups is really, really tough. And I hope that the next time I'll be in a good condition and I'm going to be trying with an extra 30 kilos. Ciao.